السلام عليكم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله الذي بعث رحمة للعالمين عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. رجعنا مع حلقة جديدة ومهمة جديدة من لعبة The Watch Dogs Legion. كان دخلت وشفت الفيديو، نعرف اني فما برشا قنوات كبيرة هبطت اللعبة وعندها برشا مشاهدين وجابت برشا متابعين. كان دخلت وتفرجت على الفيديو، ما تنساش تعمل اشتراك، وكان عجبك الفيديو تعمل لايك. بسم الله، خلينا نبدأ. باش نشوفوا العالم مفتوح في اللعبة، باش نشوفوا اما مو فما كرهبة هنا. امس ما فماش، ما لقيتهاش، مش البلاصة الصفرا هذيك. اوكي، وين باش نلقى الكرهبة انا تو؟ عامل كمان عامل في GTA.
You're listening to the bar.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain. Hello resistors, this is the bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. Okay, fires don't burn in vacuums. It's a little novelty Christmas light, shaped like a flame, but it's something. It is something to cling to. Joining me, as always, is Alice. And Alice, hold the front page. Technology apparently is here to stay. There's no way around that now. Much as I'd like to go back to the 18th century and see if we can have another
عمري لا كنت نعرف نسوق الكراهبة.
But new tech is creating 4,000 jobs. 4,000 new jobs thanks to this new tech investment.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech investment has created 4,000 jobs that will immediately be taken by robots.
Even if they're not, there'll be jobs that no one in their right
ما زلت ما نجمش نستخدم التليفون باش نبعث لك راهب ولا.
And we have to embrace the way technology is taking over everything, because maybe this is a ray of hope for us in this darkened universe.
دخلتها بعضها
Technology will in fact render us all obsolete, and we won't need humans at all, because look at the bad things that are happening now. What is the common denominator behind all of them?
I don't know, Andy.
التحكم في الكرهبة عادي، اما انا مش نجم نتحكم فيها الغدر. عمري لا كنت نعرف نسوق، لا في GTA ولا في الاجزاء كلها نتاعها الواتش دوجز.
An automated Nigel Cass, surely a step up on the human Nigel Cass. You could even program it to have a tiny sliver of conscience. And if you had an automated prime minister, you could program it to be occasionally in the goddamn country. So that's, again, it's a step forward.
Again, I insist that there's never been a prime minister, Andy. I've never seen him, I've never heard of him. The only times I ever hear what the prime minister does is when nothing happens.
I mean, it has reached the point where, and I've thought this for a long time, if the prime minister was a watermelon, it would be, I think we'd all be happy with that. We'd all know where we stood.
You hear him being praised for his diplomatic skills all the time, but the best mark of diplomacy is when nothing happens. So good diplomacy is indistinguishable from him doing absolutely nothing.
You are listening to The Bar. 4,000 new dream jobs for everyone. All I can say, Alice, is that I'm very glad that my children studied drama at school, because that is set them up for life.
Sorry.
That is the one core skill they need, the ability to pretend that they are living happy and fulfilled lives, that they have jobs that are worth doing, and that they're making the planet a better place, and that they control their own destinies.
وصلنا. Okay.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
Secret passages and hidden bases. Oh, I fucking missed this shite.
Security system. Okay. اوكي، تو مازال هنا. دور هسه تو هاي. اوكي هاي.
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs later then.
نشوف شنو الموجود هنا.
Open sesame.
باب سري. تو كجرافيك اللعبة وكل شيء عجبتني مش خايبة.
Anyone around? Guess not. Let's find the power then.
شنو هي البلاصة هذي؟ مكان السري متاعها ولا شنو؟ اوكي. هنا مسكرة. يعني نهبط هذول من الدروج. صوت الماك مش قاعد يقطر. اوكي هذي البلاصة متاعهم وين يعيشوا وين بنحل الضوء. ها كل شيء اظلم هنا. اوكي سيلري باور. يس.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
And you'll have to explain my untimely demise to Sabine.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
اوكي لازم نطلع لفوق. فما واحد مش سمعنا نفعل ولا نكتيفيش. فما هنا اللوت. لندن. اوكي
Yes, another one.
ديسك مقدمهم يا اخويا. ديسكات قديمة. اوكي زمنيش ماسك الخنزير.
That's it. I'm reconnected to the net. Work. Downloading our database, news archives, and oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London. Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
That's the shape of it. What I want to know is if it wasn't DedSec who did the bombings, who was it?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton, well, let's be honest. After I disarmed the bomb at Parliament, I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call.
هذه مطبعة 3D. ها لازم نقعد هنا ونشوف شنو هذا.
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Christ. How did you make it out?
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
DedSec is about as popular as the plague these days. Look, You know I'd do anything for you, but fucking hell. Sabine, that's a lot to ask.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Fuck it. As fate's worse than death.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec.
Okay.
Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit.
نشوف هنا شنو تراش نجيب دعم من هنا. Nothing. Okay. Upgrades. Okay. نجم نعمل upgrade للي عندي. نجم نعمل upgrade للسبايدر. MC نق او MC نقز. للسلاح او للدرون. شنو هي ذي؟ AR كولاك. ما نعرفهاش انا نعمل لك هي upgrades. اوكي. ما نجمش نبدل دبشي هنا معناتها. بدل دبشي انا يا ولد. تنجم تبدل حتى الكولر تاع السلاحات، ما عنديش فلوس باش نبدلها معناها. اوكي عندي 750 واقل واحد 2600. حتى كولر خايب، مش حتى واحدة جراتيس جراتوي من غير فلوس. لا اوكي.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
ما عنديش باش نلبس تبشي. والحل معناتها تو. الماسك فمش ماسك هنا. هذا عجبني. لا تنس هذا. معناتها الموجودين هنا هذا كلها ببلاش، معناتها من غير فلوس. فمش ايه اندر لا لازم نشتري لهم كلاسز 1050. انا عندي كان 750 برك. حاجة رخيصة هذاك وما عنديش فلوس.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
يلزمني نترين هذا هو شوي.
I'll be right
شوي
down.
بوكس.
Could use the warm-up.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy.
هيك طيب زين فيمتي.
You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. Just like that. That's it. Hey, look. Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance.
Whoa.
That's it.
Whoa.
Nice one.
Whoa. لا عاد شوي روح رياضية وقفها عاد لا ما بيكون مراءة. معلم صاحب.
Right. Gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
We have some damage control to do if we want to change the perception that we're a bunch of violent thugs. I'll let you be the judge of how best to handle yourself, but remember, you represent Dead Set now.
هكا تولي خير برجولي. طيب يلزمني نخرج. اوكي. محضرين ارواحهم للثورة يا جماعة. الخيبة فيها ما يوروناش كيفاش يتحل الباب. انا ديما تجي هكا باش تدخل ولا باش تخرج.
Make no mistake, London is under occupation. Armed mercenaries patrol our streets, allegedly to keep people safe, but really they're keeping the people scared.
Oldest trick of the authoritarian handbook. Make people afraid enough and they police themselves.
So, we have to ignite the will to resist in the people of London by showing them that Albion aren't the solution. They're the problem.
For that, we'll need information. I'm pushing 2 sets of coordinates to your optic.
Cheers, Bagley. I've identified 2 opportunities. One, we're going to disrupt some Albion propaganda. Remind the people it's not Albion's way or the highway. 2, we need intel about Albion operations if we want to throw a spanner in their plans. You game?
You know I am. Let's light this motherfucker up.
Brilliant. Let's get the people of London on board.
البيج بانج ساعة بيج بانج نخليها الاخرى. لايت سبارك. اوكي يا اخي ما يبعثوليش قراب معناتها. اهبط هز.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not? Listening, to everything. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive, unaccountable spy organisation that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Ian was a
نجم نوصل للبلاصة دي هنلاقي الأخرى دي.
political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation. And the only meaning that you will find in your life is to become part of the nation. What is a nation? A nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated by the leader that takes over, that claims that he, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does, it's just a law, but that's what they go for. And on that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life, from who you talk to where you eat, to where you go to hang out with your friends. And what we're seeing now is a contemporary iteration of this process where you get corporations and the state operating in tandem, basically molded into one another. But that isn't that rare. I mean, we saw exactly the same thing in Nazi Germany, in those camps, making use of that slave labor. Fascism often works with corporations, and it's doing the same now. That's the way in which they track what you do. That's the way in which they track who you talk to. They operate as a certain structure.
Is that you have nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide.
حاكم بوليس لازم ندخل على خط البلاصة لفوق، لازم نطلع لفوق هيا.
Look around. It's Albion, fucking Albion everywhere. It's burnt into the skin of the city. This isn't just propaganda. This is a fucking psychological cattle tag.
There's going to be that much less once you're done here. Let's give Camden a break from these eyesores.
I'm on it.
اوكي ندخل نطلع هاي وطلعنا. كيف بدنا نطلع لفوق؟
If you hijack that scissor lift, you could use it to access the rooftop.
ها اوكي. up. طلعنا لفوق. مش نطلع تو. نجم نطلع هنا. نشد اطلع. سبايدر مان صاحبي.
or installation of illegal programs to your optic is a punishable offence. It compromises your security and the security of London. Remember to be vigilant when going about your daily activities. Report any suspicious activity or individuals.
We shall never surrender. لن نستسلم أبدا. لازم نهبط في قوبية.
Yes, nicely done. That'll get people's attention. Let them know someone is standing up to Albion. Light the spark that they can stand up to.
If nothing else, it'll relieve their eye strain.
What now?
You need to steal information about Albion's plans. That'll give us what we need to really put the hurt on their operations.
هنا نجم نهبط هنا وهنا نجي فوق الكرة. اوكي. ما لا بأس، جونا امريكي بس انه لا بأس. خليني نعمل ماركير وهالبلاصة ذي نماركاها باش نوصل.
You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want to know. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not? They're going to be listening anyway. They're listening to everything. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive, unaccountable spy organisation that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful.
اوه والله جو فيها هذه.
We'll keep everyone's names in the
الكهرباء اللي تقلقك تبعد عليه.
political writer and podcaster back
قاعد نبعد فيك ما نحبش نضربكم، هذا قال ايش لو قاعد نبعد فيكم على الطريق.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation. And the only meaning that you will find is to become part of the nation. What is the nation? The nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated by the leader that takes over, that claims that he,
مش هي لازم ندخل هنا يظهر لي متحف ولا حكاية. مش هي البلاصة هذي. فيش باش ندخل تو. باش نطلع لفوق. نفس الطريقة اللي طلعنا فيها قبيلة هاي. نفس الطريقة اللي طلعنا فيها قبيلة نجم نطلعوا فيها تو. استخدموا خوس. اوكي.
Albion have established an operational base in the Royal Court of Justice.
Suppose the tracks that they've taken over the courts, they throw everyone who crosses them in a cage.
Exactly. But it likely means there's information here about how Albion are targeting dissenters, the who and the why. We need that data if we're going to disrupt their operation.
حشتيش بالكارغو درون تو انا. نحل الباب هذا. لازم ينهبط الغطا. زوز الغطا. شفنيش. هذا هو اللي يجبنا نحله. ها وياخ اصحابك عاد. فاق حد باهي ياسر، باهي برشا. سمح الفازة انت انه لمن عاد يشوفك تعمل روحك ما تتشافش.
What have we got, Bagley?
A list of what Albion consider high-value targets that are threats to the peaceful running of London. See here, a journalist, and this one runs a community shelter. Good God, bar your doors.
What the fuck?
All suspected of sowing rebellion or exhibiting tendencies towards... Albion is systematically arresting people even before they rise up. Joke's on them. This list can actually help us find like-minded allies willing to help us. Well done.
What's the point of risking your neck out there if you don't get any credit for it? Pay stubs let the people of London know that DedSec is back, and the increased visibility might even encourage some of them to donate to the cause.
We're already seeing results from what you've done. That list we found named a journalist in Camden who's been investigating Albion. We reached out and he's got information that can help us. I think you should meet with him.
Send me the location.
واحد اللوط واحد مساله هنا اوكي لازم نخرج من غير حتى شيء. الكهرباء اللي خليتها هنا يعني ليش كل مرة نصرخ كهرباء جديدة هنا؟ ما يجيش هكا. واو هذه لازم نهزها اكيد لازم نهزها. واو لا البهية فانا ما يجوش الحاكم ما يجوش الشرطة ما تجيش انا. مش كيف جي تي اول ما تهز كهرباء تلقى بحذاك تلقى الشرطة طول بحذاك اول ما تهز الكهرباء.
But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive
لازم نمشي الباص الصفرة دي.
Accountable spy organization that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and location for them. Ian was a veteran political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation.
نتلاقى مع المعلم هذا.
Heard you need help. What can I do?
You're the crew that's been sticking it to Albion. Can't believe someone else is. Thought I was alone, right? Not doing much, just putting the word out. But you? Taking action, mate.
Yeah, agreed. Tyranny isn't an idea. It's an institution. Boots, paper, plumbing. We tear down Albion, we make room for something better. So what do you have?
Almost got clip finding this. All of Albion's operational data for the entire city. Convoy routes, surveillance targets, assets. It's all there. Thinking you can make good use of that.
Fucking right.
Here's a sample. Albion's closed King's Cross to the public, right? But what people don't know is that they're using it as their logistics centre. Materials, troops, whatever. A lot of it runs through there. You want to give the people a huge boost? Hit that place. Put it out of commission, and you'll severely hamstring Albion's operations here in Camden. Hell, everywhere.
That's the move, then.
That's the move, then. King's Cross Station.
Albion's operational plans are just what we needed to really get some traction. We'll have to take a close look at this. Now, how do we take King's Cross offline?
Albion's housed a massive hybrid-powered generator in there. Output must be immense.
كيف ما يورولكش كيفاش يتحل الباب، تجيك طول الشارج نتاع اللعبة كيفك. يجيبوه كان وهو الداخل معناتها ما يورولكش الباب كيفاش يتحل وهو يدخل.
Getting to that generator ain't gonna be easy. They've locked it up tighter since I last saw.
Any ideas?
My news drones are still in here. They should be functional. You can use one of them. Probably have better luck piloting it too, yeah?
أكيد فما كاميرا لازمنا نشوف وين الساعة. اوكي. هاي. اوكي. لازم نستخدم هذه.
Well, causing a power surge in a hybrid-powered generator isn't like making a toasty. We're going to need detailed specifications.
Let's get nosy then. Yeah, check this out.
Cool, looks bloody complicated. Newsy's got a pretty functional camera. Would a picture do you, Bagley?
It would indeed. According to this, there's an override code that'll get us into the generator's system.
ليش بتخبى هنا باش يفوقوش بيا؟ اوكي.
That's it. Use the code on the generator and I can trigger a power surge.
There should be enough to take King's Cross offline. And the rail system too. Here we go.
Mine of information out of St. Pancras. Albion convoys, informants, gear, you name it. Everything we need to ignite the people of London, like we did in Camden. Derail Albion's operations and give the people a reason to rise up, borough by borough. The more we do that, the more we'll get allies flocking to the cause.
We'll show London that DedSec is here for them.
That was off the chain, mate. I knew DedSec weren't the bad guys Albion was saying. Now the rest of Camden will too. Thanks.
Thanks.
Now that you've shown the borough what DedSec is really all about, there are going to be folks wanting to join up. A lot of people have been looking for a way to fight back. In fact, there's one in particular I suspect will contact you very soon. I happen to know they're champing at the bit.
Grand. Appreciate any leads you can send us.
Got it.
Tough, brave, stupid. Any two of those qualify you to join. Some of us are all three.
Thanks. I'm ready to bring real justice where it's needed.
Very nice.